Good evening everyone and welcome to another Mechmerlin stream. I know it's a bit later than usual, but I was really hoping that some packages would come in today, and unfortunately the one I was waiting for did not arrive. So instead of having 3 packages, I'm only opening 2, but nonetheless they are still exciting packages. Let's see. Tenor Madness has joined in. I think you might be the only one here for now, but thank you for your support. Let's get to the unboxing. I don't really have all night, so let's get started. Let's see, which one should I unbox first? So yeah, this one's from Keebfront. Messaged me a few weeks ago being like, Merlin, can I send you a few things? And I'm like, yeah, sure, what are you sending me? They're like, we're gonna send you some Bigwig Linears and also some Doom switches, both linear. And alright, I am digging their switch containers. Look at that, guys. That is really cool. It's almost like little tea canisters. I love them already. Let's see. Of course, came with the usual sticker. This is a... I don't really know what it is. But yeah, check it out, guys. Look at this. Switch number 2 is the Bigwig. And switch number 1 is the Doom switches. I love this packaging so much. Oh wow. Okay, let's see. Let's start off with switch number 1, which are the Doom switches. So the Doom switches, as I said earlier, are a linear switch. It has an HDPE top housing and a nylon PA6 bottom housing. The stem is made out of palm and is a long pole at 13.8 millimeters. And it has a 2-stage 63.5G spring. Interesting. From the colors that are shown on the website, this seems a little bit more saturated. Okay, there is definitely spring ping. I'm really not surprised about that because pretty much almost every switch I've tried has some degree of spring ping. Let's see if it's consistently across all of them. Oh yeah, this one's even worse. Okay, so yeah, spring ping is definitely a problem with these guys. But anyway, in terms of feel, these guys are fairly smooth, I'd say. Not JWK smooth. I feel like I've got a couple more JWK switches which are still smoother than these. But overall, I'd probably compare them closer to Gatorons or so. I'm also noticing that their logo, Keebfront, is on each of these top housings. The springs definitely feel like a 2-stage 63.5G, so I'm not surprised there. And in terms of sound, I'd actually characterize this as a deeper sounding switch. A deeper sounding switch on the crisper side of things, if you know what I mean. See, it came with another sticker of sorts. Your Keeb is mine to rule. Kinda looks like a Dr. Doom character. Alright. So the other switch that they sent me is the Bigwig Linear. Let's see, how is the Bigwig different? Yeah, let's take a moment to admire the artwork. We've been looking for you. You are under arrest. I don't know if these are original artworks or if it's inspired or if it's grabbed from a popular comic strip or not. I have no clue. There we go. So these are linear as well. And this one's really interesting. These Bigwigs, the top housing is HDPE, the same as the Doom switches, but the bottom housing is different. These ones are made out of PBT. You know, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen another switch that used PBT in their top or their bottom. Stem is palm, also long pole, 13.7 millimeters. Not as long as the Doom switches though. And these are going to be heavier. These are 2-stage 67G springs. I already know that 67 is probably, that's probably like the highest I would go for comfortable typing. But the fact that this is 2-stage will probably make it even heavier. Look at that. Looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's definitely heavy. I'm not sure if this is going to be a comfortable typing experience for me. But in terms of smoothness, that's pretty much similar to the Doom switches. In terms of spring ping, I'm not really hearing any. Yeah, none of these, or at least the first two switches don't have spring ping. Nope. Nope. Yeah, no spring ping. Wow, this is great. Oh, wait. There's really little spring ping on this one, but I have to hold it really close to my ear in order to hear it. So the Doom switches seem to be very apocalyptic in terms of its design, whereas the Bigwig seems to be more like detective comics. Interesting. Very cool. Either way, on my first impressions of both switches, really like them both. I like the Doom in terms of their sound and their weight. I like the Bigwigs in terms of their lack of spring ping. But in reality, I'll probably not be able to use these Bigwigs because they seem really heavy. Let's get to unboxing the Clunker. Test it out. Well, I can't test out the Clunker because it's not going to be built. And I'm not building it tonight because I don't want to sit around for 3 hours building on a work night, you know? Here it is. The Clunker. There we go. This is another one of Mechwild's creations. It is a through-hole kit board, but the difference with this is the reason why I bought it, is that it comes with a solenoid. So it's gonna be a very, very loud board. But yeah, so now we'll be unboxing the Clunker from Mechwild. There we go. You guys can check out that link again when I'm posting in chat. There we go. Yeah, if you guys have never seen a through-hole kit before, basically a through-hole technology kit is you need to solder in all of the diodes, and you know, the soldering itself is really no different from your regular mechanical switch. The problem is having to bend these the exact correct width and all that. So I do have a diode bending tool, but it is still a pain in the ass. It's not something I would recommend for anyone who is soldering for the first time. Mechwild Clunker V1.3. There's the PCB right there. On the solenoid, I think goes up there. And then here's the plate. Here's the plate. Should go like that. And then the back plate right there. Just clean me. That's funny. I like it. So yeah, once it's all said and done, it'll be like this. Let's see, let's go look at the actual solenoid here. Halfling Barista says, I hadn't seen the bottom print on this one. Awesome. Yeah, I know, it looks pretty cool, huh? You always have cool solder mask. So yeah, here we go. Here's a Pro Micro. Hey, you know what? I think that's a USB-C. It's a USB-C Pro Micro. Interesting. I didn't know Pro Micros came with USB-C now. Well, that's really cool. See, do they have a reset button? No, I don't see a reset button, but I think Mechwild always includes like a reset button. So, oh yeah, here it is. Reset button on the very top, so I don't need to worry about not having a reset button here. All colors are out of stock. Yes, this was a group buy that is now currently being delivered, but they should have extras soon. Oh yeah, here is the diode bender I was talking about. Basically, you put the diode in these little grooves and you just bend it around the plastic, and you should. Here are pins if you want to socket your Pro Micro. Here are the diodes. Here is, I think this goes somewhere there, the see-through panel of sorts. additional hardware with feet. Of course, Mechwild sticker, a Clunker sticker, very cool. And then the solenoid right here. That's a solenoid. As you guys can see, it's fairly large. And then of course it also has a knob. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be building this. I am actually away this weekend. I'll be visiting Eastern Washington. Let's see, a build like this, just because like even if it's a 40%, the fact that there's lots of through-hole parts in it will probably take me solid 3 hours, I'd say. So yeah, I gotta do lots of build prep so it doesn't take that long from start to finish. Oh, cool, interesting. So they actually put pins in now, so you can socket your Pro Micro. That's really cool. All right, yeah, I am excited to build this board. I don't have a board with a solenoid yet, so this will be the first. I am a little intimidated that it is a 40% board, so you know, it's probably gonna end up as another novelty on my desk. Like I'll just pull it out every now and then, showing people, oh, check out this board with a solenoid in it, ha ha ha. 50 bucks for this. Hopefully the price stays relatively the same. But check it out. My options for bottom row. Yeah, I'm definitely not using any of the large space bars. But you know, I'm probably gonna stick with the first row right here. I'll do 1.25U all around and a 2.75 and a 2.25. You know what? When I took apart my ID80, I had a bunch of clickies on there. So I think I'm gonna put clicky switches on this. So it'll be clicky and solenoid. So when I type on it, it's gonna be so loud. It'll be so loud. But yeah, let's see. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, not all the packages I was hoping to arrived. So unfortunately, we only have 2 things to unbox today. You know, just as a quick recap, we got 2 switches today from Keebfront. Really enjoy their packaging. Once I get switch containers, I'm just gonna dump them in here anyway. But you know, for the time being, this is a very good way to do it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are just going to test out the Doom switches as compared to the North Poles, because I'm so curious right now. So curious as to how these sound. I figure I can go a little longer since we haven't even exhausted an hour. All right, there we go. So yeah, Gadaron North Poles. Doom switches. They sound the same. Okay, hold on. They sound very close. But the Dooms do sound a little bit crisper, actually. Yeah, there's a little bit more high-pitched sounds coming from the Doom switches. Okay. That's good. Okay, let's try the Bigwigs. The Bigwigs are gonna be heavy. Be hella heavy. So keep in mind, this one's the PBT bottom one. Same top material as the Dooms, but PBT material on the bottom. So this is the North Pole switches again. And then the Bigwigs. use 80G on all your linears. That's like, it's like Gateron black inks, like Cherry MX blacks. It's a very similar sound to the Dooms, actually. I would say, you know what? Let me just change it out as well. Let's put Doom switches right next to each other. But I'm going to say, if you guys remember when I was rebuilding this board, like I didn't want it to sound too deep and I didn't want it to have too much clack, right? So if I had gotten these switches earlier, I probably would have used either one instead of the North Pole switches, to be honest. Actually, no. I would have needed to receive this at least a week earlier because some of these have some really bad spring ping, so I needed to have time to lube it. All right, here we go. Let's compare the Dooms on the left and the Bigwigs on the right. Replacing your North Poles? Well, I never said I wasn't. Okay, the Doom switches definitely have a deeper sound. Huh. I like them both. I actually really like them both. I think when I get around to rebuilding my Mr. Suit again, I'll probably go for the Dooms. This is a good sound right here. Okay. Doom switches for sure. The tactile Dooms are definitely pingy. That's what I've heard as well. Ooh, these are tight fitting. There we go. Relatively light tactile. Yeah, they're a 2-stage 63.5. See, Gliz is gifting 1 tier 1 sub. Thank you for your generosity. Congratulations to Captain FIFO. I've been a linear user since like 2018 or so. Oh, by light you mean the bump is not high. Okay. All right. Yeah, now I know the Dooms are a deeper sounding switch than the Bigwigs, which is interesting because I was expecting, well, no, that's not true, because the Dooms had a nylon base. Nylon tends to be a lot deeper sounding than even something like PBT. So yeah, wanting to like Corsas but not tactile enough for you. Oh boy. Anyway, I think I've done all I wanted to do tonight. But yeah, thanks guys for joining in. Once again, I will not be streaming this Saturday. We will not be having a build stream. I will be vacationing in Eastern Washington. So yeah, I don't actually know what time I'll be getting back on Sunday. That's the thing. So there might not be a Sunday group buy stream. We'll see. I'm like traveling with like a group of friends. So depending on what happens, I may or may not be here. But yeah, thanks guys for joining in. And I will see you when I see you. If you're here in the United States, happy Labor Day weekend. Hope you guys have time to spend time with your family and eat lots of good food. All right, bye. Oh, all right, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.